Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4 Kaiserreich as Iran. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So you defeated Afghanistan, and we're now preparing our new war against Saudi Arabia, against Egypt. We're not going to be declaring war right away, of course. We are going to be waiting until... probably... well, we don't want to declare war on day one. We want to be at least a little bit past that, because our focus is 35 days. So I would say when this has 20 days left... we start our focus, so that maybe not even 20 days. That's going to be 2 extra weeks. So maybe like on 30 days. So in like 2 weeks from now, when this is 30 days, we'll begin our demands to Saudi Arabia. Hopefully they'll say no, and then Egypt is stuck in a 2-front war against Ethiopia and against us. And I think that's going to be like the best case scenario. 'Cause 3 to 15. They're all on about equal strength. But I'm still at 14 as well. Like, everybody is kind of equal. You have some troops down here. Like, I don't think I can get Muscat or Yemen to help us out. Our naval invasion tech's not done for 59 days. And do you guys have guns? You do. When's your training going to be done? Your training's going to be done until 20th of April. Which is actually about right. That's actually good for us. How many rifles do we have in storage? 2,500. We'll just deploy 1 line of you as well. And hopefully, when these troops deploy, we'll have decent numbers to kind of push where we need to. By the way, are you core? You're not core. You're occupied states. You guys down here are core in Qatar and Bahrain. So that's good to know. And how much longer do you guys have? You have 25 days, so I think it's a perfect time for us to stop army training. Go into demanding Bahrain from Saudi Arabia. Does this count for the AI? Does the AI consider this to be an aggressive action where they want to put troops to our border? If it is, that's kind of okay, because it's going to lead them to abandon these ports. Also, Egypt will move troops to our border, because they're like, hey... Iran wants to attack our faction. If the AI does not consider this to be a hostile act, then there'll be no troops on our border, and in which case we can just kind of move in pretty easily. Both situations are good for us, I think, in different ways. Not that I would imagine... they might not have any troops on the port anyways. Let me just see. They do. They have 2 troops there. They have no troops on this port, so just an FY. Just something good to know. Something good to know. Also, convoy right here, of course. So naval invasion from here to here. And when are you done? You'll be done in 20 days. So Ethiopia is still debating whether or not slavery is okay. Somalia is doing some federal elections. Everybody's having some good times. They're going to be at war very soon, but good times nonetheless. Yeah, okay, so I definitely don't think the AI sees this as being an aggressive act. Because the AI does not see this as an aggressive act, these troops around Baghdad, I think we can easily encircle. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 5 provinces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Encircle these guys in Mesopotamia. Crush them. And that's going to be probably half of the Saudi army gone immediately. Unfortunately, I don't think our Navy tech... 27 days left. Well, it's 27 days on top of... 27 days plus 7 for the actual invasion to be prepared. So still about a month on that. I know you're taking a penalty. The 15% penalty. 190 days on you is a little bit much. So until we get our national focus that removes that penalty... as well as giving us a bonus, I think we'll just kind of ignore land doctrines for now. But is there any territory on our border that is not defended? The answer looks like it's no. And you have so many cores as well. It's worrying. This deal is not worrying, though, because I think it's just for... yeah, the convoys, which we don't need to worry about too much, mostly because of Saudi Arabia and Egypt, again, don't have a large navy. So I'm not too worried about what their plans are. Okay, so you've now invaded Ethiopia. And again, most of your troops are down here. Somalia will probably join soon. Afghanistan or Saudi Arabia will probably join you as well, which might lead them to move troops down there. Will you move troops down there? The answer is yes, you are moving some, which is a horrible, horrible choice on your part. Because in a week from now, we're going to be demanding some territory from you. Just hope you're ready for that. But first things first, I will, like, deploy some men. I know they're not in perfect condition quite yet. But I think just having them on the field now... We'll get all of you except for one into a new army. But you in charge. And you go from... this port to that port. I know it's a little bit strange. And yeah, we still have the naval tech anyway, so we can get used to be adaptable. Brain penalty is not bad. I know we had nobody in training because we don't have enough. Like 3.7 thousand guns. I don't think is good enough. And I mean these guys are pretty weak, so you know we'll train up like 5 more of you. Assign them onto this army. You should be a different color though. Let's make you into. Let's make you into the orange army. That seems acceptable. So I'm hoping that they say no, because if they say yes, then that kind of screws up our plan a little bit here. Like, I can't justify them until there's enough world tension. I don't think world tension is going to be high enough until the second Weltkrieg, if we have to demand manually. Yeah, so we can't do anything here. But I wonder... One fall must be true. Okay, so I guess we just ignore that. Child Labor Act. Research speed plus 9.1%. A little bit less factory output. For more stability. We're actually losing a lot of factory output with that. So you know what? We just won't think about child labor for now. Let's get to more steel and to more civilian factories. They refused our ultimatum. You fools! I'm going to save the game, just in case. I should have actually saved it for the focus, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. This is going to be probably the best time to invade. You're not technically at war quite yet. So, what are we going to be doing? Well, Cavalry Division A is going to march down to here. Going to go like this. You're going to go from Basra to here. Next is you. Go here. You go here. You go to there. You're kind of weaker, so we're going to send you to this front. You into Baghdad. You into Baghdad. You into here. This one area territory is like completely abandoned. Aside from that, you here and you there. Again, we want Egypt to join the war. Yeah, no, this battle plan is going very well. They did immediately put troops into Basra, but this one cavalry division is still making good progress. So we'll see if Egypt even joins the war. Because there's still a chance that they don't, because they're cowards. Stretch your front line out a little bit here. Yeah, and you're on your way. One troops move here. You move here. We're about to take Baghdad. The encirclement is about to be complete. What are you doing? You're not doing anything. You actually go up like this. You go in this direction. Egypt doesn't actually want to join the war. At least not quite yet. I'm sure they will in a moment. Yeah, now they have joined. So you guys stretch this front line out. You guys are actually on this line. Delete. And then quickly move in. Send the cavalry divisions first. And send them straight to Damascus and Beirut. One of you go takes over this port by Aleppo. So they cannot send reinforcements in. Aside from that, you go here. You go here. You go here. And most of you are fine where you are. Yes, you're making progress. Ethiopia, yeah, we can be friends. How are you actually holding out? Not ideal, but I guess it could be significantly worse. Okay, so we can modify government a little bit. I guess, like, light tanks? Sure. Light tanks seem fine. But again, we're trying. We don't want to help them break out of their encirclement. Of course, unsurprisingly, that would be bad. You move in this direction. And Egypt should be in a much weaker position. We're about to take Baghdad. Help take Baghdad first. These weaker troops, you're probably not contributing too much, actually, to this fight. So what if you go see Damascus and Beirut? I think that seems like an okay plan. Cavalry division, you go to Homs and to the coast. And I think Somalia has just joined the war. I'm assuming you guys are moving your way in. You're actually not. Okay. But no, that's not true. You are moving here, but that actually doesn't change things too much. You go here. You take over that province. Cavalry divisions are still moving into where they need to be. But if we take the ports, we don't need to worry about Egyptian troops moving into the north. We can kind of safely ignore them. Build anything above 40%? The answer is no, so just build in the two 40% regions. And for now, again, it's still 1939. Let's go for improved artillery. We cannot liberate Tajikistan anymore for the obvious reason that they don't really exist. And you did take over Basra. You might as well push your way into Kuwait now. And if we can rush our way to major Saudi Arabian cities, we should be able to get them capitulated. You're not doing too much, so you know what? You run your way straight to Jerusalem and then to this port. Again, we're trying to get rid of the ports so that Egypt can move their troops over here. And also take, you know, their victory points, because those are also going to help lead to their capitulation. Okay, so we should take over Kuwait. What are you doing again? You're moving, I think, to here, if I remember correctly. So, you know, we're going to actually force attack for now. Take Damascus. Take Beirut. Okay, they are putting troops into Beirut, which is not a huge surprise. Yes, and you're still making your way to Jerusalem, into this port. They actually might be protecting the ports just from naval invasions. How many troops are on this? 8 divisions. You are here. You are here. Basically, nobody should be up here unless you're here to take the ports. Like, this front doesn't exist. That front doesn't exist. They don't matter. Yeah, you're still doing what you need to do. You help attack into that province. Baghdad has now fallen, so we can kind of push into here. You push into there. And you've taken Kuwait, which is important. You're actually probably not getting that much done in this naval invasion anymore. But Beirut has fallen. Once this city falls... And you don't exist. These areas just don't exist. Pretend they're not real. Who's on this front? How about all of you stop? If you're on this front, you stop. If you're here, you keep fighting in. And you move here to there. That seems like a good plan. You're about to take Adana, which is going to be... Okay, they did take the port. Well, they didn't take it, but they've sent troops there. So send some reinforcements in. You fight here. You move here. You come then to this port. Because Yemen, thankfully, isn't actually in the... Ethiopia is having some problems, for sure. And this should be soon defeated. Okay, you come down here. Egypt is starting to throw more men into this front, which is not a huge surprise. This cavalry division, you are going to make the daring maneuver here to here, and then straight to Abu Dhabi. Because how many men do you have left? 2 to 10, and I'd imagine that this is the entirety of the army. So send this cavalry on a daring mission to conquer Arabia for us. Yes, you make your way down to here. You're still doing good work. And now that this area has been conquered, kill this guy, send you back down to the front lines. Actually, stop. You don't do this. Because I would imagine at this point now, they don't have troops here. Because you're worth 1, you're worth 2, you're worth 1. It is all core territory. But again, I would be surprised if they have anybody in that spot. You fight here. They did take back Kuwait. But, you know, everybody's going to, you know, take a handful of cities at one point or another. Yeah, and you make your way all the way back down south because we've taken all the cities. We've taken all the ports. Egypt is at 64% capitulation. And if they kill Ethiopia, all that really means is that's going to be another country we can annex. Okay, and you guys are destroying home rule. At first, I thought they were kind of doing the breakaway events, but no, they actually seem like they're doing okay. Yeah, so you move here. You're making some maneuvers. Who's on this front? You two? No, come down here. The question is, are you going to do anything that I need to worry about? The answer is like probably. You're also a core, right? Yes. Everything except for Hejaz is a core of you. So you come down to this province. You make your way down to here. And you know what? You might as well cut Egypt off from Saudi Arabia. And there's actually no port on this side. And that's nice. Did I actually land in the port province? I didn't even land in the port province. I actually landed just in the city next to it. But I think because of Abu Dhabi, probably has enough supplies for a single division. But either way, just like that, we've taken the port. And now you just kind of move your way up towards the north. Again, I don't believe this connects. You can probably make your way to Hafaf. Just fine. We did lose Basra. But you make maneuvers here. You make that surround. And if you can actually make your way to these cities as well, I wouldn't say no to it. Because again, if we can just get one of these guys to capitulate, it does make our lives substantially easier. Okay, so that is positive movement. In Ethiopia, if we can win this war together, I mean, you're not that close to capitulation, but I'm assuming that's because you haven't lost Addis Ababa yet. And once you lose that city, it might just be over for you. We'll see. Okay, now you are surrounded. You're actually going to be surrounded on 2 different angles, which is lovely. So if you're going to take actually that area, this being encircled is nice. You don't need to be moving that direction anymore because we have the cavalry going in the direction they need to be. That'll be taken soon. And Saudi Arabia is almost dead. Yeah, as soon as they lose their capital, which will be in just a handful of days. Victory is basically all but assured at this point. Is Beirut a core? It is not a core of yours. You go here, get that surround. You go here. Push your way to this place. You go here. You push your way to Jerusalem. You push your way here. And you also come towards Suez Canal. Thank you, Afghanistan, for your 80 infantry equipment. But now you are surrounded. You did take back Hail. We should be able to take that city back from you. Really, no problem. So we've taken here. Will we need Hail as well? probably, if I had to take a guess, you come back onto the big front line. You guys are making fantastic work. We got more steel. We have more factories. And you know what? Lads, add in some infrastructure now. So with you guys having done this, you come here. If you're on this front, you kind of just go to Egypt. If you're on this front, you also just go kind of to Egypt. Because this doesn't matter anymore. You, on the other hand, are kind of a different story. I'm actually not too sure what we're going to do with you. But I know we're going to surround these guys. And that should be the end of Saudi Arabia right there. Fantastic. A few hundred, or like 1,000 infantry equipment, which is nice. Kill this one Egyptian troop. Everybody's here. Except for, let's say, you two. You go fight this guy, please. And we should push our way now to the Suez. If we can actually push our way across the Suez. And we will, which is fantastic. We can actually probably make our way straight into Cairo now. All I'm saying is that you probably shouldn't have denied my request. So once you're in Port Said, you come here, double split off. This front does not matter because there's no victory points here, nor is there a port. So it doesn't really make any difference whatsoever. So Egypt, if we actually... I was going to say maybe if we can also take Alexandria from you. That would be nice. Military factories, you know what? Let's start making some aircraft. You know, at least a handful. You come here. You come here. Crush these guys. They're not really going to be doing too much. You make your way to this city. Come down to these areas. In Ethiopia, you're going to have a lovely chunk of territory in the south very soon, my friend. For being a very useful helper here. As long as you don't die, which I don't think you will. You should be in a good spot. You're worth 1 victory point. We'll still go there. And we'll go to Tripolitania as well, because they haven't actually contributed to the war at all. Which means that if they die, they won't be considered capitulated. And again, I want to capitulate everybody. If that is all possible. Never mind, it's a little bit too late for that, but... Tripolitania is just going to be the only surviving member of the Cairo Pact. Well, that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. So Saudi Arabia, of course, is ours. Ethiopia, I'll just, you know, figure out what you're going to do. You're going to take over Somalia. And then you could have Sudan. So we can have massive Ethiopia. I will take over the rest of Egypt. Are we still going to be at war with Tripolitania? No, they're going to be the only surviving member of the Cairo Pact left. Milan is okay. So all of my friends, I guess you're just going to go to the border of Azerbaijan, because that's really the only place you have left to even go. With some troops on the border with India as well. Also, no, we're still doing this for 40 days. But with the conquest of the Middle East, I think it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks so much for watching. My name is Ansem. If you've enjoyed, remember to thumbs up. If not enjoy, you can always thumb down. Want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.